Welcome to Bangalore. The year is 1961. The food, the parties, the people, the weather. This is the place to be. The future of Bangalore looks exciting and full of possibilities. But one thing's for sure, the traffic will never be fixed. This reel is brought to you by Sahir Edge Madi, the best voice actor in town.
The trip from Bangalore to Puttaparthi is a perfect metaphor for the spiritual journey. Chaos and confusion in the beginning, but then the road becomes broad and smooth for a while. Why take the trip? That question has been asked of spiritual seekers since the beginning of history. Why go thousands of miles to be near a spiritual master? Well, every person has his own reasons, but underneath all is that basic drive of human beings to grow in awareness. And once you've gotten on that path, no trip is too long or road too bumpy. This one soon becomes straight and narrow.
Bungalows.
15 miles east of the city of Bangalore, on the railway line to Madras, lies Whitefield, where Sai Baba has a residence called Brindavan. Here at Brindavan, Sai Baba walks daily among those who gather on the grounds of the compound as he gives Darshan, translated as the sight and presence of a holy man. This constant accessibility is a welcome surprise to those who come expecting a figure of such towering spirituality to be remote and somehow unapproachable.
Trovarsi in mezzo a situazioni senza uscita e riscoprire a un tratto la semplicità. Chiamalo amore, chiamalo amore, ti risponderà. Far pace coi ricordi per ricominciare e non lasciarsi dietro mezze verità. Tu chiamalo amore, chiamalo amore, e amore sarà. Chiamalo amore, tu chiamalo amore, anche se ti tradisce, tu chiamalo amore, e quando il gioco finisce e non hai più parole, tu chiamalo amore. E camminare senza fretta per guardare, in faccia senza più paura alla realtà. Parlarsi tanto fino ad arrivare al cuore, sapendo quanto costa la sincerità. Tu chiamalo amore, chiamalo amore, ti risponderà. Chiamalo amore, tu chiamalo amore, anche se ti tradisce, tu chiamalo amore, e anche se sono carezze che ti spaccano il cuore, tu chiamalo amore, e amore sarà. Chiamalo amore, tu chiamalo amore, anche se ti tradisce, tu chiamalo amore, e anche se sono carezze che ti spaccano il cuore, tu chiamalo amore.
Bangalore in South India has been drenched with the delight of divine residence ever since Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba first set foot on its soil in 1944. At first, he revealed himself to a chosen few, but soon his light would inevitably shine on many more. And so starting in 1944, Bhagavan Baba began making regular visits to the homes of a chosen few devotees in Bangalore. As the years passed, the devotees felt a need for a larger home for Baba. In 1958, Baba visited Whitefield, a small town outside the city of Bangalore. In 1960, Baba purchased a place called Nandanavanam, a serene garden set amidst sylvan surroundings, and a small cottage for himself and for his guests. A wealthy family owned a large plot of land with a bungalow near Whitefield, which was dotted with evergreen trees, a beautiful pond, and a fountain. It was called Mohan Palace. The family offered Mohan Palace to Lord Mohana himself. And so, on an auspicious day in the spring of 1964, Baba formally established his second abode in Whitefield. He renamed Mohan Palace as Brindavan.
And a conversation with Maharani Prithvi Bir Kaur of Jinn, an exceptional woman with deeply felt experiences and stories of Sai Baba. This interview was recorded where the Maharani lives in Brindavan, Whitefield, in April 2003.
You see, I don't work on this thing of spiritual life. I live as Prithvi. And I have a relationship with Sai Baba which is so fantastic. I couldn't ask for more. And I've had a wonderful relationship with other great people, great men, especially men, Anandamai Ma also. I have met all the people, and I have been to Sri Krishna Prem in the mountains, the great pilot master, yes. Ashish Maj. And I've lived in their ashram, but you see, finding Baba was the real thing, wasn't it? And he, for me, is the greatest of all.
As Baba comes in for darshan, do you still feel the same excitement as you did years ago?
Would I come if I didn't? I had better things to do. But I love him so much, I don't think any person or any body could give the thrill, the ecstasy that you can get from him by one look, and he looks at me every day. I do believe in now karma. You can't change it, you can only bear it.
And what is karma? My wife tells me it's consequences for our action. How would you define karma?
Well, it's the same as I would think. It's what you do not in this life, it is many lives, and so innocently you come trying to do better this life, but something of the last life catches up with you and you can't get away from it. I'm very lucky I have Baba. I have had great opportunities to meet the best masters in India. Been with the Pondicherry mother.
Who is Baba?
Well, he's my Romeo and my best friend.
The rain is pouring down like all the souls you send here, coming to this earth to find healing. Mother Earth takes in the rain like your heart takes my voice.
Often, after having created vibhuti, he carefully wipes away any that remained. During the darshan, he chooses 10 to 20 people and invites them for an interview in a special room. It happened to us in the ashram of Whitefield in April. No one had been able to film an interview before. His right hand immediately made the classical movement of rotation, materializing a silver ring for a gentleman from Canada. Then he wanted to slide it onto his finger personally. Then he called a relative of the same gentleman. I don't remember exactly, perhaps he was a cousin. I had heard about it, but this was the first time that I saw it myself. Sai Baba talks to everyone about very personal things, things he could never have found out about. Does he read thoughts? I believe that when he wants to know something, then it somehow jumps into his mind. And then it was my turn. I was so excited that I placed myself right in front of the camera, blocking what Baba was materializing. A silver ring with the face of Jesus enameled on it. Then, in little groups, separately, he invited 5 or 6 people at once into a neighboring room, smaller still. I must admit that the ring was pretty tight on the ring finger of my left hand, just above the knuckle, but I didn't notice. I had once again had this feeling of an intense power, like bright lights surrounding myself and Baba. I had prepared some basic questions which I had wanted to ask him, but I didn't. Without either of us speaking, I had the answers to those same questions in the same instant that I was about to ask them. And so they lost their significance, my great questions. A sense of illumination had entered into my head and especially into my heart. I had understood what he was telling me. You are your heart, not your mind.
I don't know whether you know the story of the car or not. Well, very briefly. We were coming back from Brindavan to the hotel in the city. And there were 6 people in the car, myself and my wife, New Yorker and his wife and the daughter. They'd come from New York to rescue their daughter from the hippie community in India and took her back home. And they forgot, so they asked could they ride in our taxi back to town. We said sure. So 6 of us in the car. And now the taxi driver is in a hurry always. And so he came up behind a bus and peeked, you know, they passed on the right-hand side, peeked around, saw a light, but figured it was a stationary light. And so he pulled around and stepped on the throttle. Well, you know what happens when you step on the throttle of an Indian car. Nothing much happens. You know, we all had experience, I see. All right, so we started to pull around beside the bus. Then it was evident that he had made a terrible mistake, that was not a stationary light. It was the light of a vehicle moving at a fast rate of speed. Now, when you're faced with a head-on collision, one car will at least take to the ditch because it'll be less dangerous than a head-on collision. But that couldn't happen. On our left side was the bus. On our right side was a high row of road repairing material. No way to get off the road to the left or the right. Inevitable collision. So we, you know, shut our eyes like that. You know, we're dead. But then nothing happened. So we opened our eyes. We opened our eyes, and there we were going around the front of the bus. We looked quickly behind us through the windshield, and there were the lights of the other car receding behind us. So when we saw Swami the next morning, I threw myself at his feet and said, Lord, you saved our life last night. He said, yes, 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 that was very funny, wasn't it? And he said, you were so shocked you even forgot to call on Swami. But Swami saved you anyway. And then he turned to a group of Telugu people sitting along the wall of the veranda, and in Telugu told them the whole story. That was what happened there.
Was the driver conscious of that experience afterwards?
Oh yes, he couldn't figure it out. We asked him. A taxi driver usually can answer any question, huh? But he couldn't figure it out, no.
You know, Heidi, there's that famous story that Dr. Hislop told about being in the car going from Whitefield, and it was with your parents and you and him, and you passed another car, and it was like, why don't you tell that story?
Yeah, well, it was after Darshan at Swami's house. We're going back to Bangalore in the evening, and you know how cab drivers there drive like, you know, insanely. So we're coming up behind a truck, I think it was, and the cab pulls out to pass it, and there's another car right there. And my mother, who was sitting on the outside, I guess I was in the middle between my mother and father, said that she saw big mounds of dirt at the side of the road, so there was no way our taxi could pull off the road, and it was just like we're going to be like this in the next second. And before we knew it, that car was behind us going on down the road, and it was as though either we had been dematerialized and set on the other side, or that car had been. It was so weird, like you didn't believe what had happened had happened. Anyway, my father was, I've got to find somebody so I can talk to the taxi cab driver and find out from him what happened. You know? Anyway, the next morning we're out at Baba's house, and Hislop gets up first thing, and says, Swami, I want to thank you for last night. And then before he could say anything else, Swami said, oh, yes, and explained everything that had happened, how the cars had gone, and said, Swami's protection. And he says, you were all too shocked to call on Swami.
Wow. No one asked him. That was so interesting.
And I came to India in January of '71, and I had been there almost exactly 2 years when my parents came to visit in January of '73. And we were very fortunate to be called into Swami's house. Some few fortunate people could go in every morning and be in Swami's house, and he would come in and out and talk to people and sometimes give a little discourse, whatever.
Show me how you do that trick, the one that makes me scream. He said, the one that makes me laugh. He said, and threw his arms around my neck. Show me how you do it, and I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on that dizzy edge, I kissed his face and I kissed his head and dreamed of all the different ways I had to make him glow. Why are you so far away?
There are so many people in the world. Why should Ravi Shankar alone have this gift? This is God's grace to him.
बराबर साइज కానీ మ్యూజిక్లో వచ్చినంత ఆనందం మరొకటి అక్కడ
The bliss and happiness which comes through music, that does not come through anything else.
తోడాదినే కంప్లీట్ లైఫ్ కంప్లీట్ ఉంటుంది ఈ పదార్థాలు ఇది ఒక మ్యాజిక్ మాదిరి కాదు.
He tells him that this is not like a transient magic, but these things were created, they last for a whole lifetime. Each one to have it round his neck or in his pocket.
ఈ మ్యూజిక్ ద్వారా ఎంతవరకు అయినా కానీ ఇతరుల హృదయాన్ని చాలా ప్రశాంతపరచవచ్చు. భగవంతుడే సంగీత ప్రియుడు.
Through music, you can give a lot of peace and happiness to a large number of people. In fact, God himself, he likes music.
My
whatever way the same, nothing according to plan. If I could just see clear into you, the same face every day, the sirens calling away,
smile came to me somehow. Then everything faded away, and all this time I thought it would be just me and my guitar, blowing up hearts, dancing in the dark, just waiting for a spark to come in, just me and my guitar.
Prem Koshi is the guy who's running it now. Prem was my schoolmate, St. Mark's was quite on the same road. He comes from a very old family of bakers and restaurateurs and that kind of guy. And that's Koshi's, where Salman Khan is showing us two fingers. This is the great coffee place. Sir, namaskar. He used to grow and he used to have these pet snakes,
All animals.
Yeah.
Actually,
He has
our
the
house.
python you gifted him.
You know the python that you gave me?
It's running
It's
around
on the farm,
That's wonderful. Come sit, Papa.
Koshi's. It looks like a very, very pretty place, and it seems like it has retained its old world charm. What's your story? क्या कहानी है Koshi's की?
Hey, it's a family run thing. Prem, who's a friend of mine, he runs this now.
Is it one of the hot spots for romantic dates also?
Well, I dated my girlfriend and we used to sit down here somewhere.
Really? And what would you eat?
Same thing.
Or what would you treat her with?
She'd have a coffee or a lime juice or something. It was just a place that anybody came and sat, and menus the same. The tables and chairs are the same. I would say even the crowds are. Prem!
Yeah. We are the Nakra masters that grew up together in a school called Bishop Godfrey. Bonds you paid in school, that can never be sort of negated on any level, right? So we have remained friends. We also used to dance and sing in school, and he's gone up to stardom, right? So it's good. In some of the rough days, he would come and sit very, very quietly in Jewel Box. I think he was trying to do carpet business at one time, yes? And then I said, Lucky, listen. He said, Prem, where can I get a good guitar? I think I sent you to this fellow, on MG Road. I said, Lucky, try that. And that one moment, magic moment, like they say, you have a dream and you actualize it. Here's the baby. That's a magic man. Okay, chicken malakhani soup, lamb sandwich. Okay, and I will bring you my little favorite for both of you, just to keep the smiles on your face. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Baba.
Keep your beauty smiling and having a nice smile.
Thank you, brother.
There we go.
Oh. Says the name of the soup?
Malgateni.
Malgateni.
Mulgatunga.
There are two different names.
Mulgatunga means hot water.
Mulgatunga.
Boiling water.
Mulgatunga.
It is the comfort food you need on a gloomy, rainy afternoon here in Bangalore. As for these sandwiches and smileys, the food spread here is childhood on a plate.
I've been loving to hear all your stories so far, and I hope our culinary journey continues while we finish this. Where are we headed next?
To the mithai shop. So there is a kulfi place here.
And is this also very old?
Yeah, he's about 40 years old. Sir, kulfi. Malai kulfi.
Malai. How many, sir?
One for me.
Okay, I'll have kesar badam.
Yeah, you have. I want. Thank you.
Yummy.
Today, I am at one of the legendary places of Bangalore. I mean, like, I have not met a single Bangalorean till date who has not heard about this place. Welcome to Koshi's. Well, a legendary place like this is not built in a day. I mean, it took years of effort to be where they are today. Well, let's hear it from the owner, Santosh Koshi himself, about where it all started.
Actually, it was started by my granddad, Mr. P.O. Koshi. He started the restaurant in 1952, but he started his business in Bangalore in 1940. He started a provision store, then he opened his bakery, which was in a small room, and then started from there. And once it was 1950, he took over this land, which belonged to the St. Mark's Church, and constructed the Parade Cafe, which was a coffee shop. Then in a few years it became a restaurant, a full-fledged restaurant, and then they added on the Jewel Box, which is an air-conditioned portion. That started in 1962. Yeah, that's the beginning of Koshi's. And
they have had visitors like Jawaharlal Nehru, they've had visitors like Queen of England, Rahul Gandhi, and many other known faces. But this popularity didn't come easy. The Koshi family had to face a lot of challenges to be where they are today. They say there is nothing permanent except change. And this was exactly another major problem for the Koshis. Transitioning from an old-fashioned coffee shop of the 50s to becoming a restaurant at par with the current market of the 80s was very challenging. There was a major shift from old conventional eateries to more fine dining restaurants, from conservative customers to a modern cosmopolitan crowd.
Nothing's ever what we expect, but they keep asking where I go next. All we're chasing is the sunset. Get my mind on you. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter, no.
I am the rain tree. For 125 years, I have lovingly gazed at the West End, sharing the same age-old roots, the same memories. I was here when the first brick of the West End in Bangalore was laid by Mrs. Bronson in 1887. I remember the Spencers gush, "This could be England," as they rejoiced when they breathed the air of Bangalore. In 1912, the Spencers bought the inn for 4,000 rupees and converted West End into a country club for stylish English gentry. I can still see the lad, Winston Churchill, supervising the making of his sandwich. I hear his sandwich has become the legendary club sandwich across India. I saw Sir Ronald Ross have his aha moment sitting on a bench next to me. At West End came his path-breaking discovery in medicine. I knew then he had the makings of a Nobel Prize winner. The Taj Hotels inherited West End's colonial legacy in 1976. A 20-acre garden paradise where I have stood in wondrous time. To all those who wish to visit West End for a small getaway, the Jagirdar of the princely state of Arni came to West End for a short break. He stayed on for 36 years. From Indian cinema's First Lady Devika Rani to Peggy Ashcroft filming Passage to India, from Indian royalty to Queen Elizabeth. Celebrities from around the world have sought the nostalgia, the legacy of a bygone era.
With our little taxi. And our taxi, see, there were several levels of taxis in India in those days, and ours was there were very few cars in India. And there was the taxis that were really nice ambassadors from the West End. And we saw a picture, and Swami was in a little Fiat, for God's sakes. It was not, you could usually find him, and so there was the taxis were the ambassadors from the few Indians that went with him that had their own. And then there was the West End Hotel, which was then really the only hotel in Bangalore that any adult Westerner
Swami
could
called
stay.
it Waste End.
Waste End.
Waste End Hotel.
But it had.
But he actually went there once to see Walter and Elsie County.
Oh.
This is a city that has experienced dramatic change. Over the last 30-35 years, it's been transferred out of recognition. It was a sleepy cantonment town which has now become a bustling megalopolis. And all the old landmarks have gone. Shanbag's place, like Koshi's down the road, is a reminder that there's some aspects of old Bangalore that remain. Koshi's also has an interesting fair, it has a very charming owner, but also it's a place that has not changed.
No, that's what I was just going to ask you. How's everything going, sir? All okay?
It is okay.
Everything, so, not moving, staying put for a while, I hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometime. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, you must stay. I mean, that's the way. How does this happen?
Through the streets of old, of what I used to know, and everything. Now what
I'd hope to feel the grass, the garden of my past, but nothing grows here anymore. I walked up to the hills of what I used to feel, of what I thought belonged to me. I saw old faces there, old painful places where I no longer need to be. One by one, I let them go. I give them to the wind. I say goodbye to dead-end roads. A new journey begins. Thank you for the lessons learned. Thank you for our time. I'll bring some of the memories, but I'm leaving most behind. Dead in the line, dead in the line. I give them to the wind. One by one, I let them go. A new journey begins. I saw her face again, an old familiar friend. We hadn't spoken in a while. Back then I never knew I would abandon you. And then she answered with a smile. I stopped and closed my eyes just when I realized I carried all these stones around. All this uncertainty.
The coolest people in Bangalore used to hang out at.
And that restaurant was called?
It was called The Only Place. You walked down Brigade Road and came to the corner and looked to your right. You saw this long driveway with the Regent Guest House in the background. And to your left was a coffin maker. And right behind it was the most popular restaurant of the 70s. With very distinctive red and white checkered tablecloths.
They're still around in Bangalore now, and
Right.
they still have the same tablecloths and the same kind of ambience. And it was called The Only Place because it was the only place where you could get steaks and apple pie and everything
right,
American. American food in Bangalore. That was the only place.
The first time Bangalore was introduced to American food.
One more royal welcome awaited Her Majesty as the Britannia aircraft landed at the airport of Bangalore. The Maharaja of Mysore, the state of which Bangalore is the capital, received the Queen and Duke. As governor, he bade the royal guests welcome with the unaffected warmth and courtesy to be found everywhere in India. The mayor of Bangalore was there on behalf of the city. It fell to the Maharaja to present the bouquet and to the distinguished-looking, splendidly attired mayor to garland the Duke. The visit coincided with the 150th anniversary of the Bible Society of India and Ceylon, whose national headquarters are at Bangalore. Appropriately, the Queen was presented with a Bible translated into Hindi. That is only one of the 125 Indian languages into which the Book of Books has been rendered. Though Bangalore is in southern India, it was having one of the comparatively cool days it enjoys because of its altitude. While not being a hill town, it stands 3,000 feet above sea level. Enough to have made it, in the old days, a favorite holiday place of the British in India. No one who goes to Bangalore neglects to visit the Lal Bagh, perhaps the finest botanical gardens in the entire country. By planting a sapling, Her Majesty commemorated her visit. Lal Bagh is the Kew Gardens of Mysore. At various times, experts from Kew have gone there to give help and advice. Hence the wealth of English flowers grown there. The roses could hardly be bettered. With the Queen's visit, Bangalore timed a horticultural show. Indians love making gifts. How pleasing was the old woman's proffering of a mango. Undoubtedly, the climate of Mysore makes it the fruit grower's paradise. And how obviously proud of their success were those who won prizes. The visit to Lal Bagh afforded the Queen some of her most pleasant memories of Mysore.